Well, I just got home. It was kind of a busy day. So we're gonna feed the dogs, talk about it. It is kind of pouring rain, so... Well, it was. It's kind of pouring rain on and off, kind of spring storms, and they're pissed that they're outside. I should bring them in. I should bring you in, huh? You goofy goober. You goofy goober. I'll get you some meats. Some chicken nuggets. It's a chicken sandwich. Here's some meat if you're hungry. I know that looks foul, but it is fresh. They eat raw. That's what they eat. They are wolves and wolf hybrids, so raw meat's a perfectly normal thing for them. But yeah, it is a little bit foul, a little bit nasty, but it's super good for them, and they do like it. Is that good meat, honey bun? Put this one on the water. I'm dumb for putting that on that part of the concrete because it won't get washed off. But Elsa probably won't come out because she hates the rain more than any of them. But she also loves the meat. She's under that doghouse there. Dug herself deep in there. But these two will munch up and enjoy this. You know, I think it's odd that we don't talk about food like we talk about other things that are kind of addictive substances. We talk about it, and I think it's because it's a necessity for living, right? You have to have food to survive. But the way most of us consume food, there is a bit of a cycle to it, right? A cycle of, oh man, I'm depressed, I'm not feeling right, let's eat to fix that mentality. And that's not necessarily the most healthy thing, right? Because you're eating not for nutrient sustenance, you're not eating as a required part of your life, you're not eating in the same way you drink a glass of water. You're eating to scratch an itch, like an addiction. So, I don't know, in a way, food is kind of a drug that's not looked at the way we look at every other drug. Which I think is kind of bizarre. What brings us up to me? So every Saturday or Sunday, my family has family dinner. And we go with my grandma and we hang out and we eat. And I've been trying to skip them to do my fast, right? I'm trying to do this long fast. But it sucks. It sucks to sit in a restaurant or, you know, at a home-cooked family meal while everybody's eating and having a good time, and you're the one who can't eat. And I've been going down this YouTube rabbit hole about, you know, primitive man and things. Why do we behave the way we do? What's natural? What's normal? And I'm sure it goes back to some caveman monkey brain thing where we killed a mammoth and then everybody feasted on the mammoth and we shared social events and it was good for us, helped with our brain development, all those good jives. But it's hard to be the guy not eating at the social event and not feel weird. You're sitting there like, well, this is, it's so bright. This is a perfectly normal thing. I'm trying to get healthy. I'm trying to lose this weight. And everyone around you is like, yeah, but that's not what we're doing right now. Right now we're trying to have fun, right? But at the same time, And again, it's a weird comparison, but if I were to go to the bar with some friends and tell them I'm not drinking, I might get one or two, pussy, like, just start drinking. Like, I might get one or two of those, but largely they're going to be like, hey, man, I respect it. If you don't want to drink tonight, that's fine. Not a big deal. Same with, cannabis, any other substance you consume. If you just hit somebody with, nah, man, I'm not planning on doing that, or at least if they're your friends, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, that's fine, man, whatever, not a big deal. And you can hang out with them and you can enjoy it. But with food, it's like, people are like, you're not eating? Well, why? What's wrong with you? What? Like, they get kind of pryy and pokey and like, I don't know. I feel more weird not eating food at family dinner than I do not having a beer with my friend at the bar. But maybe that's different for some people. But I think for me and my family, eating was always the social event. It was always where we did the most bonding. We talked about our days. We had horrible arguments. We did the most family stuff at the dinner table. So it's just kind of bizarre to me. I gotta change that. Sorry, something on my phone. But then again, like, I got on the scale and I was in the low 250s. I was like 251 or 2, I think. And God, that's an addicting thing to look at. So it makes like the discomfort of family dinner and not eating worth it. At this point, I'm not hungry anymore, but I do feel like an odd fellow. Like, I feel like I'm missing a normal part of my daily interactions, my daily life. And all of that will be hopefully worth it when I'm, losing more weight, feeling better, all that good stuff. But right now, it's just, you feel like the odd man out. Another weird thing about fasting, I haven't pooped in like 6 or 7 days now. And that's bizarre. Not going to the bathroom is crazy. Only peeing. It's weird to like have a bodily function that you normally did that is just kind of on hold. And I know like you can poop every certain now and again. Like, your body does need to do it because it's still processing waste out of your body. But still, it's just weird. It's baffling, right? That like you can go so long without a normal part of your bodily processes. I hope autophagy is doing something. So my brother moved in and out of this house to help take care of my mom as she was passing away. And there's the rain pouring down again. As we did that, I threw my back out terrible. I know I'm super young to be throwing my back out, but I did. And it was jacked up since. But since I've started fasting again, my back has felt a lot better. So I don't know if that's autophagy in motion or if that's just me getting lucky. Like, I don't know what it is, just me not re-aggravating it. Let's go out and listen to that rain real quick. That sounds like a good storm. Let me throw this on. The storm's supposed to change our weather for the next like 4 or 5 days. It's been 80 degrees like every day. But now I think the forecast calls for like 7 days of 30 or 40 degrees, or like high 40s, I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that smells nice. Oh, I closed the door. That door's... Oh, no, I didn't. But yes, I did. Damn it. So now I have to crank on that door like 20 times to get it to open. It's a pain in the ass, but it's alright. Hello, dog. No, you cannot come in the house. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're shedding. You are shedding. No dogs in the house. You can sit on the porch, though. You can sit on the porch. It's okay. Good dog. I know. I'm evil. I'm a bad man. You think they're swearing at me in dog language? Calling me a bastard? You rat bastard, let me in the house. You rat, Micah. Micah, you rat. Sorry about this, but this is how I have to open this door. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on. I think it's like the wood swells up. Either way, it's a pain in the butt. They'll sleep on the porch tonight. Oh, what was I talking about before? I've lost my train of thought. I'm so good at this YouTube thing. You know, the more I think about it, at first I was like, man, I really need to make good content for the YouTube so people want to watch, but I think I don't want people to watch. I think the more private this channel is, the more I can just kind of say whatever the heck I want to say, and nobody's going to report it back to my family, right? Or people. I hate when people are concerned about me, because I'm not in a position where I think I need to be someone needs to be concerned about me. I'm okay. I'm pretty happy, pretty functional, pretty all right. But at the same time, I know everybody in my family is like, "Oh, what's he gonna do?" And for that reason, I like never share pretty much anything with them. There's a lot of stories my family's never heard because I don't really feel comfortable with them in that way. And don't take that as me shitting on my family. We're just not close like that. That's not how we operate. If you do, cool. You know, everybody's got their own shtick, right? On the subject of fishing, I'd like to get back to it this week, but the weather do not look good. So we'll see what I can do. You know, I don't know, maybe there's somewhere in the state where the weather's a little better. Maybe we'll head there. But I think a lot of the state's just kind of cold and wet for the next 4 days. And that's my least favorite weather, man, is windy and raining. Wind and rain combined are the worst thing ever. One of the two I can deal with. I like cold rain, honestly. You know, I grew up playing football, and that was always my favorite weather to play football in was cold rain. But you throw wind on that mess, dude, that is the worst. Like, nothing chills you to the bones more than that. I remember one time, I think it was middle school football. We had a coach who I think he was just messing with us, but he said, "Okay, we got this drill called leapers. I did it when I was young, and you guys are gonna do it now." And it was rain and mud puddle. The whole field was mud puddles. We grew up in our field was pretty not well maintained. We weren't the most rich school, um, and because of that, there was a lot of just mud when it rained. Like it wasn't grass; it was just mud. Mud and potholes. And the guy was like, "All right, all the linemen, the big fat guys for people who don't play football, all the linemen, flop onto your bellies." Like you're belly flopping onto a pool. Get up and then do it again. And he made us do it for like 50 yards or some crazy thing. And God, oh God, it hurt, guy. Just full force gut slamming onto the ground. We're all fat, so we can't jump very far. And the coach is just laughing his ass off, as he should have been. It was a funny sight. And you know, it was one of those things where, you know, I think it was brotherhood bonding, like in the pits of crap, you know? Like you become friends because you went through shit together, that type of thing. And I think we were all just like, "Man, I hate our coach. This is the worst. I love you guys. Let's get this done." But God, the weather, dude. Wet, cold rain with wind is the worst weather. I don't care what you say. It is the worst. You know, thanks for listening. If you're one person who's just tuning into this randomly, or, you know, one of my friends or family who are subscribed to this, it's so nice to just be able to talk and not have to worry about what people are going to say about it. Because, like, even if people commented, I wouldn't read them. I don't care enough. And there's just this calming feeling about being able to shoot the shit with myself, kind of. You know? I guess that makes me a egomaniac or something like that. Really narcissistic, or one of them self-absorbed. I don't know, one of those kind of things where I like hearing myself talk. Believe it or not, it's kind of the opposite. I think I'm pretty dumb. I hate doing any kind of editing on these videos, or listening or watching someone watch your video, dude, that's the worst. That is the worst. I just cringe the whole time. I'm like, oh God, that's what I sound like. That's what I talk like. Ah. Well, all right. I'm going to head to bed for the evening. I don't know what we'll do tomorrow, or if it'll just be another, moonlit rant by me, or what it'll be, but I will post. I will keep going. Thank you for sharing your evening with me, and have a great night, guys. What?